Well, hello everybody, and welcome to episode 122 of the Let's Play world. You may remember last episode we headed north up to the spawn chunks. This is where it all started once upon a time. And the only thing we've done here in our spawn chunks is we built an iron farm and we built a turtle farm. And today I want to do a bunch of additional building and remodeling and refurbishment of this space. Right now, it's a little bit plain looking. We just have our turtle farm, a little building here, and then our iron farm. And it's not very secure, it's not very finished looking, and I think there's some cool stuff that we could do here. You know, ultimately, I'd like it to look a lot more like a village or like a little settlement. So that's what we're going to spend our time on today. So I imagine we might end up with a little bit of a dock or something out here, and then on either side we might have some, different buildings. And then the iron farm itself, there's a little bit of work I want to do here. One problem is sometimes the iron golems, when they fall, they miss the collection area. So I'd like to change that up a little bit. And then in here, this is where all the iron lands, and you can see it is still cooking along. I would like to expand this though, because what I've been having to do is grab the iron and then bring it over here and turn it into block form. And, if I don't do that, then this fills up and it's, not collecting more iron. So I'd like to expand the collection area. I think the first thing I'm going to do is just plant a bunch of trees so we have some materials. Likely going to work in spruce and probably some oak, I suppose. So let's grab some oak saplings, spruce saplings, and we'll just dot some of those around. And I think to start off, I'm going to just take all the iron out of here and bundle it up into blocks. Besides the iron here, we also have this little collection here that takes the poppies, sorts them out, puts them through a composter, and turns it into bone meal. So that's been a really handy thing as well. You can hear that iron golem kind of drops down pretty regularly. I can't remember the exact timing, but it's about as fast as you can get an iron golem to spawn. So it's a really efficient farm I have here. I did do a video on it a long time ago. I should probably do an updated one. But yeah, this little iron farm is really, really effective. Okay, now that I've got all the iron out of there, go ahead and tear this out and take a look at the setup here. So we've got this hopper line that comes from the collection area and then comes down here. This weirdness over here. Can't even remember my own redstone. Okay, so here's the composter. Redstone is doing what? Oh, it's a sorter. Yep, okay. So potentially what I could do is I could have the chests along this wall rather than along this wall. And then we could have the bone meal and a couple of banks of double chests over here. That might work out pretty well. Go ahead and tear this stuff out as well. Yeah, if we have bone meal, double chest, that would fit just right. One problem I was having, and I may have pointed that out, is that sometimes the iron golems miss the collection area. Collection area, oh, a couple of them out here. The collection area is directly underneath this edge, and so if they drift or if they turn, they land over there and they escape. And even worse is if they escape and they stay up here, it's too close to spawn another iron golem, and that kind of messes the whole farm up. So I think what I want to do is move this wall over one. Then we won't have that problem. And hello. Yeah, I don't know if we'll just scoot the whole thing over. We'll see how this goes. Okay, still need to do some landscaping here, but that moves the collection area over one, so we should be all lined up now. Oh, just cut down some trees. So, since I moved the collection area over one, I ended up moving hopper over one. So yeah, we need to get the hopper line lined up here. So I'm going to tear all of this out, and then we will rebuild the item sorter to get the poppies out of the iron. And we'll put all of the chests along this side. Hey, how did this work here? This came down into the composter, and then... Oh. Okay. Apparently I had a whole dropper elevator under here. Pretty impressive. So, okay. We're going to have to move all of that over. I might need some more hoppers. Fortunately, I am at the place to get the iron, so that's good. Okay, we're getting there. So what's going to have to happen is a hopper line will come across like this and then funnel down into these double chests and funnel down into these double chests. And then for the poppies over here, we will have some sort of item sorter to sort them out and then turn them into bone meal. That's the plan. I think what I'm going to do is tear a little bit of this floor out, and we'll probably put steps here so it'll feel like we're kind of walking down into a storage area. I think ultimately it'll look pretty cool. More trees. Let's see, and then maybe we'll put the bone meal right there. See if I can figure out how to squeeze it into that spot. Right here is where the collection is going to happen of the iron golems, and I want to see if I can put the sorter right underneath that. So I would need to point one hopper that way, and then I need to do another hopper this direction. So that top hopper is going to face into the comparator, and then this will be our output. Hopefully we can get it to here. Okay, so comparator is going to be reading that hopper. And then we want some dust, or dust, and a repeater coming out of this block here. Then we're going to lock that hopper. I believe here is where we want to do the sorting. Let's put poppies. Go down to 18. Perfect. The reason this is going down to 18 is 18 plus 1, 2, 3, 4 is only enough signal to get to here. When more items end up in here that are poppies, that number will go up. That signal will spill over, which will unlock this hopper and allow those poppies to spill out. These other items are just kind of holding the space. So like if some iron came along, there's nowhere for the iron to go. And as long as the poppies keep coming through, this will never empty all the way out, and these will never move. Pretty clever little system. Okay, so that where composter is going to go. Hopper into that, and then a hopper to collect it. We just need to figure out how to get it into this chest. So I think we're going to do like before. I'm going to do a little dropper elevator here because I want the redstone to be completely hidden. If I made this any higher, we would be able to see the redstone underneath the chests here. So this will be fine. Little comparator here, and then repeaters and some redstone dust. Perfect. That is a little clock, so every time something ends up in this dropper, it'll shoot a signal off that'll fire it over and over and over. That should bring it all up here. Here, and here, here, and here. Now we should get items composting and then being fed down into this dropper, setting this clock off, and bringing the items up here. And then we'll put a chest right there to collect them all. Okay, I'm going to put a couple of poppies into the system here. Oh, I heard it go crunch. Happens here if I run up top. I'm gonna throw. Heard it go crunch. Didn't hear that one. Heard that one get composted. Heard that one get composted. Heard that one get composted. That's promising. Okay, now if I just put a few in the composter. Okay, that made a sound, and I heard the click, and we got a bone meal. Okay, that's great. So poppies will come through here, get composted, and whenever we get a bone meal, it will come up and get deposited into this chest. Got a poppy through somehow. Heard this go off, though. So, believe it or not, I was getting some poppies coming through because I think they were passing the filter too quickly. So what I did is I moved the filter over a couple hoppers, so it's actually doing the filtering here now. And instead of running in this direction, I just ran it out in that direction, and it does exactly the same thing. So now I don't seem to be getting any poppies in here. That all looks good. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and fill this space up over here. Very cool. Ooh, creeper. I haven't had to deal with creepers in a long time. We've been so safe in our base. Well, I think the interior is basically done. This here is just construction stuff. You know, this will all go away. So we'll have our little bed here. We've got all of this storage, which is twice as much as we had before. And we've got all of our bundled iron in here. So let's do some more building. this is looking really awesome. Definitely looks like a little village or a little settlement. I used the same color palette throughout, so we got varying amounts of stone, spruce, and oak in different configurations. And I think it really makes it feel like it was all built by the same people, you know? It wasn't like it was built over time. It's like it was a settlement or something like that. I've got fences in between to keep the mobs from sneaking in, and we definitely need to do some landscaping. This is still looking a little bare, but I'm really happy with how it's coming along. Some of the roofs are flat, and we do need to get up there and put some glow lichen so we don't get any mobs spawning up there. And I think in between some of the buildings, I'm going to do leaves, I'm going to do ferns, and probably some of the sweet berries. There we go. That's looking much, much more realistic and lush. All the ferns and the sweet berries and the tall grass looks really, really good. Last thing I want to do over here is something with the waterfront. I was thinking about maybe we could do a dock. I also have an idea for this thing, but we'll save that for next episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you had fun. Please like and subscribe if you want to follow along on the adventure, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.